Okay, you have to
So,
repeat the problem again then because I switched off. Carry
okay.
on. Say it again. One more time.
Um, do you feel a responsibility towards your environment? That's basically
No.
the main question.
So the problem is, if you are throwing up your house, then probably there's something inside you that says, I should probably find a house, otherwise it will be hard to survive.
Yeah.
The way you try to find the solution of finding a house, it's like a lower truth problem to this extent. But do you experience uh, these thoughts in a non-dualistic way,
No,
or
just in a normal way. If there's a problem, then the thoughts will just. So, say if there's a seeking for a house is in like wanting to rent a house, then normal thoughts just arise about it. To look in the paper, to um, look on the internet, to look for the best price. It just carries on
Okay.
like normal that functioning.
And how do you still feel the need to express your creativity? So if you look at the way humans have developed ourselves, everything that has come has came throughout a space of need and urge to creativity,
yeah,
to just do stuff. And by feeling a need, you create something. And by the things we've created nice world for ourselves. And it's difficult for me to understand how people that have a mental, have a dualistic state of mind, still keep that creativity going.
Who have a non-dualistic mind, but I don't
Um,
consider myself to have a non-dualistic mind.
but you have not a dualistic mind, but a state of mind.
A
Because,
state. What would my
yeah,
state be?
non-dualistic. Because,
I don't know where you've got
because,
that saying from because I've never claimed to have a non-dualistic mind.
oh, no, I don't mean that you have a non-dualistic mind, but the way you view things is different than the way other people view it.
I don't know that.
Because, no, but okay, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You can never know other people's views, or you don't even know if there's somebody in the other bodies, or if they're just cardboard cutouts in your world. You don't know
Yeah,
anything like that.
yeah. But are there still differences in what you experience as as good and not good? So let's say if you're with your boyfriend, for example, doesn't that feel better than when you're in a shitty situation,
Yeah.
or is it all the same?
No, it feels better with the boyfriend.
Yeah, so there is a difference in experience then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if so, do you feel the need to have more pleasant experiences than
Of course, I
non-pleasant?
prefer. I prefer pleasant experiences and unpleasant experiences.
But if you say that everything that reality just is, and you don't know, what is reality, and we're just experiencing it, yeah, then why do you still feel the need to do pleasant things if you don't know if the pleasant things are really pleasant things to do? It's really confusing for me to
Your question's confusing as well.
yeah, it is.
Um,
Very
uh, well,
much.
what happens um, is there becomes this assumption that you are the one experiencing pleasant things, and that you are the one that's job it is to control life and move forward. And
Yeah,
then that can change, and there can be experiencing happening, and there can be a body experiencing being used as a vessel to experience what happened to
yeah,
experience what happens, but it's no longer belongs to somebody, and that's all the change that I talk about. But the body, so if you say I'm going to refer to the body. So when you asked me, do you still prefer pleasant experiences, I say yes, because I'm responding from the perspective of the body. When you say do you, the reply comes from the perspective of the body, and the perspective of the body is to always prefer pleasant things. But the difference is that that the body is just an experiencing machine. It's just a machine designed to experience this. But it's no longer who you are. And when the you gets taken out of being the body, when you're no longer the body, then the edge of that wanting changes. So before, the wanting was, I need these things, I want these things, and everything believed that you were somebody wanting things, you were somebody experiencing happiness. But when that changes, then there's still going to be the body which prefers things and experiences pain in certain situations and likes things over other situations, but it's no longer you. Like, this body's never going to be blank. This body's never going to experience anything as blankness. Like, I'm not going to kiss my lover and it's going to be a blank experience. This body, I'm going to say this body just so we can try and talk about it easier. This body's never going to stroke the dog and that's going to be a blank experience. There's going to be loads of experiences when stroking the dog or kissing the partner. There's going to be lots of different sensations appearing. But the difference is they're no longer appearing for someone. They're just appearing in this. They're another appearance appearing in this. But the body's always going to react to certain situations, and there's either going to be pleasurable chemicals or unpleasurable chemicals being expressed in the body. The body's always going to prefer pleasure over pain. That's the way it's designed. It's designed not to walk into the fire. It's designed to walk towards food and warmth and love and pleasant situations. It's not designed to walk towards negative situations. But sometimes negative situations appear, and when there's no longer somebody in there in which this is happening to, then it doesn't go into suffering. It doesn't go into that dynamic of, this shouldn't be happening. This is a bad situation. Why are you doing this to me? But situations can still be painful, but it's no longer for anybody anymore. It's always going to be somewhere in the spectrum of pleasure and pain. And when that person stops registering it, you don't even really notice the difference between pleasure and pain, but the body will always be moving towards pleasurable situations. So it's not just going to kiss everybody. It's not just going to want to kiss all the men in the world. It's going to have particular feelings for particular men or women, depending on which way the body is programmed. And it's going to have pleasurable chemicals with certain men, and then therefore it's going to settle or make a relationship with those certain men. It's not going to become a blank experiencing machine. There's always going to the body of the instrument is designed to experience this. So it's designed not to have a blank reaction to this. It's designed to experience this, a full-on range of experiencing, of feelings, emotions, thoughts, physical sensation, visual sensation, hearing sensation. All these different sensations, but it's not happening for someone. There's no difference between the inside and outside, and it's not personal. If there's a terrible situation, if your lover then screws 10 people in front of you, that might be a painful experience for the body, but it's no longer for anybody anymore. So it's not like your lover is bad and you're a victim. It's just a happening. And it might be that you say to your lover, don't do that again, I don't want this. That's what the body responds. But it's not happening for anyone anymore.
But do you still sometimes have the feeling that there is somebody inside of you? And if you do, how do you cope with that? So how do you recognize what's in the moment? Yeah, every time you...
But it felt like the opposite. It didn't feel like I coped better and better with the sense of self. It felt like over time there just got less and less of someone being here. And maybe sometimes there is a someone popping up, but there's not a then someone registering that and worrying about it or trying to get rid of it. It's just all happening. It's not that you need to deal with the separate self. What situations are you talking about? Like...
Well, for example, if you feel...
no, but I meant for you, what situations are you talking about?
For myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for example, if I get angry or I have to do something with work, then really feel the need to do something about it, and I'm working through the sense of I, and when I'm relaxed and more open, then that feeling of I isn't there as much because
And
isn't
that's
there.
exactly what suffering is, because pain maybe equals work. Work maybe equals pain, and that might always be the situation. The work for Karim might always be painful. Like if you're a physical labourer and you have to do 16 hours a day, there might always be a painful experience work.
Yeah,
But the one that wants to change that, wants to change the anger, wants to change the painful situation, is part of the problem. It's not the solution to the problem. So that
no,
person might be saying, if I'm more liberated, then I wouldn't experience this towards work. And then it tries to imagine liberation in order to
yeah.
get out of the pain of experiencing work. Life is a spectrum of pleasure and pain. That's how this body registers everything.
But isn't because in the past you've searched for this
Yeah,
that you came to this point? So yeah, if you were before you had your awakening, let's call it that, you were searching for a liberation,
yeah.
uh, but at the moment that you got it, you saw these things. But by feeling that need to experience liberation, you are at the point, you are now where you are. So in a way, that need, created the space for you to have the awakening, right?
I don't know.
So that's what I think it's difficult about it, because the way you speak about reality is it's nice. I can comprehend that, but the need to grow made it possible for me, for example, to talk to you and to have these kind of insights. And when I feel that need, then when my body feels that need, then why shouldn't I take it serious?
Um, is that what you interpreted that I said?
No, no, no. What I think you said was that there is no I, and because there is no I, or no, because there is no I, that's the yeah. Fuck. I lost my sorry.
Oh, that's always happening to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes the best bits in these talks is when all of us forget about what we're talking about. It's like we
Yeah.
think we're getting somewhere, we think we're discussing something, and then we all forget it and we're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know really how the flow of things work. It's all working perfectly, and it's not. It's like you're right. It's a perfect. Whatever appears is the perfect motion of things. But
Yeah.
eventually, life is so compassionate that it will just always bring you back to here. No matter
But
whether you
it's
think this or that or whatever you think, it will always bring you back to here. You'll just be left in absolute amazement and awe at the incomprehensibility of it all.
but do you sometimes still question your own beliefs or your own thoughts?
Yeah.
Because yeah, but how do you cope with that thoughts? Because if you say the way you say it, it sounds like an absolute thing, like something that's completely real. And if you doubt that part of your own story, then you're not looking at it the same way. So how do you question your own beliefs by still feeling that non-duality? If I
Because what I think that non-duality is absolute doubt of everything.
yeah, but if you say doubt, then can you define doubt? Because if I think about doubt, it's more like I don't know if this is the right thing. Am I not just
Yeah,
fucking
and
with
I
this?
think that's a really beautiful place to be. You'll never be able to argue with someone if that's the case. You'll never be able to go to war if you doubt everything that you think.
Yeah, but if you say that you doubt everything you do, give such an absolute truth,
Yeah.
absolute truth. Because, yeah, if you speak about these things, it feels like you're pointing out certain aspects of reality that makes you see things in another way. But if you say that you're still doubtful about certain aspects of life and every aspect of life, how can you be so sure about the things that you say?
I'm not sure at all, but that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, okay,
So what is it that you know now?
nothing.
Yeah.
No, I I know shit.
Yeah. Same here. I know shit as well.
Yeah, well, then we both shit.
Sometimes answers get answered to people and certain things get said. But if you listen to me for long enough, I always even deconstruct everything. Everything. Like, I don't know any definite things. And still, here, I laugh all the time at the thoughts that appear in this. So a
Yeah,
thought comes up and it says something like, this was a funny one that happened to me and my friend last week. We went to the ticket machine and I live in Holland and we were convinced that we'd worked out how the ticket machine works and we were like, yeah, we did the ticket machine. And we were really happy with ourselves. We get in the car, we get to the place and we realise we'd taken the wrong ticket. We'd taken the receipt rather than the ticket and we couldn't get out of the car park. So it's like life is so compassionate. It never lets any thought last.
yeah,
Ever. Like anything. I doubt everything. I doubt whether I'm liberated. Like, I don't think that I'm liberated. I doubt whether I'm unliberated. I mean, we could change the word doubt to a more positive word because I know that most people maybe associate doubt. I doubt. I doubt whether I'm alive or dead. I doubt whether this is consistent. I just doubt it all. I have no freaking idea what's happening. The
yeah,
only thing that's a continuous is this. It's
yeah,
always this. No matter where we think, where we go, where we wander, where we imagine, that's the only place we ever come back to is this. And we're not
yeah.
even sure if we ever went anywhere.
No, exactly. Yeah, I feel like I understand it a bit more, but also I'm more confused. But thank you a lot for your
But confusion, but it sounds a negative thing, but confusion
and
is a sweet place. It leaves out all arrogance.
yeah, yeah, and you're a really beautiful woman. That's
Ah,
also something I really wanted to say.
oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Kareem.
Okay,
All right,
thank you, and have a
thanks.
nice day.
Thank you, and you. Bye.
Bye bye.